Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and yes, it's part 2, this sequel to the episode I put on yesterday, HandForth Parish Council, the first meeting after the huge incident, let's say. Jackie this time, she's not in the meeting, she gets disqualified, so the rest of the council have the meeting and they just slag each other off again. It is so funny, and the thing I love about it most, you can just tell how one-sided the meeting is in terms of like the host and stuff like that. It's so funny, guys. But again, if you're new to the channel, make sure I get down there, subscribe, I should enjoy. In terms of the actual full video, will be down in the comment section, so you can watch the full thing, obviously without me cutting it, but getting into that. In terms of how bad lockdown is, this is the one positive thing about lockdown. These meetings have got to be like some of the funniest things I've ever seen. It just gets better and better, really, yeah. But like I said, guys, I hope you enjoy it. But listen, whenever there's that February meeting, I'll be onto it straight away. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Just watch it. It's just so good. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one.
You have to shout if you want, well, speak if you want to attract my attention. It's very difficult for me personally with my eyesight to see people raising their hands, so you'll need to make an audible connection with me. Request for dispensation. Councillor Jean Thompson has asked for permission to be absent from meetings where the matter of her disqualification or otherwise is discussed. So I
is that on the agenda?
Accept that. Yes, I do too on the agenda. So I accept that. Do I have a seconder for that?
Yeah, I'll second that, Chairman.
Okay. Any against?
I am.
You're against. Okay, what do you want to say?
It's a matter of fact that the disqualification stands, so I don't see why we're having it.
Chair, can I just point out that's a false matter of fact. It has to be proved by rule of law.
Correct in both cases, Councillor Burton.
No.
For either side.
No. Can you address everything through the chair, please?
Yes. Can we not have an actual argument about it? There isn't a point of discussion. The point is, do we vote for or not to allow Councillor Thompson to have the dispensation?
I'm in favour.
You're in favour.
I'm in favour.
I'm against.
I'm also in favour.
I'm against.
Any other councillor?
I'm against, if you heard that.
Yes, I did, yes.
Yes.
That's 3-1 against.
Can you whiteboard those, Mr. Chairman?
I don't know how to.
Well, it's fairly simple.
Well, I don't know how to.
No, you're not able.
Put it up in front of the screen. I don't think that helps very much, does it?
Well, do you not have the copy on screen or on your computer that you can share with the meeting?
Not on this computer, no.
Well, it's a pretty poor show then, isn't it?
Well, I don't think so. It's the way we've normally organised these things.
And how many meetings have you organised then, if you normally organise them?
I say this is how these meetings are normally organised. We don't normally have things available on the screen for people to see, other than each other's lovely faces.
So what you're saying is you've not done any of these meetings before?
I don't think the parish council has done any of these meetings before.
Why not?
Sorry. I'll move on to the next. Does anybody have anything?
No, excuse me, I asked the question, why hasn't the council had any meetings?
It's not on the agenda, so you cannot understand.
Why hasn't the council? I don't have an answer that will take less than about an hour, I don't think.
Question though, isn't it?
Okay, we'll move on to the agenda then.
Except,
But the internal auditors are well aware of the situation.
Yes, a limb of your own making, by the way.
No, that's just your opinion.
Right, though.
Okay.
Can we stick to this agenda? The item.
Yes, I'm talking
Out of interest, Chairman, in the standing orders, section 8, questions, part B, Any question can be asked. It isn't on the agenda. I know that's what you always say it is, but it isn't actually by your standing orders. These questions are all relevant and appropriate.
This is about the agenda anyway, because the agenda is looking to disqualify the meeting of the 10th of December. What I'm asking is, you're also looking to disqualify the meetings, the previous meetings and the resolutions passed on those meetings? Or are they now accepted as being valid resolutions?
The agenda is what it is.
So you're not seeking to disqualify those?
The agenda is what it is.
What does
That's
that
the
mean?
question.
So are you seeking to disqualify those meetings or not? And if not, can the clerk put
the agenda in front of us?
with the agenda in
Section 8B, any question can be asked.
Okay.
Could the minutes of those meetings, which you're not now seeking to disqualify, be published on the website, please?
They would have to be approved meeting minutes first, wouldn't they?
Or in the public domain. Councillors are all aware there has been no valid challenge upheld by a court in declaration of vacancy as notified to the returning officer. It is therefore probable that any councillor acting on the purported belief that there is no vacancy may be engaging in misconduct and acting willfully or being recklessly indifferent to that fact. Perhaps you would comment on that, Chair.
I'm going to stop you there, Roger. This is going to take far too long as far as dealing with this agenda is concerned. By all means, write to me about it and we'll bring it up at a future agenda if that's relevant.
Surprise, surprise.
Can I ask one more about the agenda? That, as far as I can see, there's nothing in the agenda which actually benefits the residents of HandForth. All the agenda items are relating to the administration of the parish council. Nothing about actually doing anything for the people of HandForth. Would you agree?
Yes.
Nothing since May of 19, I suspect, we can add to that.
Okay.
Is that a yes or no?
We should close the open forum and move on to item marked 5 on the agenda.
Can we have a copy of that, please?
Yeah, and his name.
Now, can I just actually point out this? I knew that question was going to come. On top of that, that's qualified by legal advice privilege. So the answer to that question is a firm no, it remains in my possession. And if I get any emails to that front, councillors told me to state, it will be met with force in the form of a non-molestation order.
That's good.
You think I'm joking? Try it. That's
at the meeting you said.
That's a human rights section I would pay good money to see.
Yeah. At that meeting, you said that you had already served a writ on the. Can you tell us where it's up?
The public have had their say already. We're now in a meeting where the councillors are debating.
Members of the public are no longer speak. Does any councillor wish to support?
Yes. No, I don't wish to support it. May I speak, Chair, please?
Does any councillor wish to support?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't been allowed to speak, Chairman.
You will be. I'm just trying to take things in order.
Support what?
The motion.
Well, we are having a debate, allegedly. That would be
yes, I'm trying to have it in an orderly fashion. So to do that, I'm asking councillors who want to support the motion first. Then I'll ask councillors who wish to object to the motion.
I can't hear you, Chairman, but I'm assuming you're allowing me to speak, so I will do so. Please stop me if that is incorrect. First of all, Councillor Burton, I'm sorry, I don't think it's very... the position of a councillor should not be to threaten members of the public, and I would hope you would withdraw that remark. Secondly, well, there you are then, let it stand. Secondly, I refute the allegations about the meeting being called illegally, because the only people that can call a meeting illegal is the High Court. End of, full stop. Yes, it is, and it's no use just shaking your head, Councillor Burton. I'm afraid I think a bit more about the law than you do. You're not a practicing solicitor anymore.
Oh, I am now. Can I just question with Councillor Moore, please?
Secondly, I'm speaking, Councillor Burton, if you don't mind. Secondly, all that meeting was perfectly legal. Jackie Weaver, as you well know, was asked to clerk the meeting, and that was because it was an extraordinary meeting. The behaviours of 3 councillors was such that you were disrupting and not allowing the meeting to go forward, and that was why that job of clerking it. The chairman was asked if he wished to chair the meeting, and he refused because he said the meeting was illegal for all sorts of reasons. Had you all thought that the meeting was illegal, you should have brought those qualms to the meeting prior, not during the meeting. Once the meeting is open, you cannot do that. So I am disputing those things that you are saying, and I would like to ask the 3 councillors what they prepare to do about the approval of the £5,000 grant to Hope Central. Sorry, it's not a grant, a donation to Hope Central, because this council has done absolutely nothing for the parishioners here, nothing at all. The only people who've done any work have been Ward Councillor Julie Smith, myself, John Smith and Cynthia Sampson. Now, the £5,000 was, sorry, Chair, I still can't hear you. Could you unmute yourself?
Ryan, you're muted.
I would like to know what you propose to do about that £5,000, because that is very much needed in this parish. We have an awful lot of people who are in a great deal of what's the word? Anguish, I think is the word to use. And I think that money would be very well spent. That's all I wish to say. Thank you.
Points that Councillor Moore made are not relevant to the item that's on the agenda.
Oh, right. The chair receives a request. He's received a request. Oh, okay. Just looking at the time, Chair, can we put this to vote?
Yes, I think we've heard all.
Well, I'm not getting an answer to my £5,000 then.
It's not on the agenda.
You are seeking to...
I totally agree with you about the £5,000, but it ain't on the agenda for this evening.
It's part of what you're trying to rescind.
So can we have a vote? Councillor Burton, you're proposing, are you?
Yeah, I vote in favour of the motion.
Yes, I'll vote.
Councillor Burkill?
I vote in favour.
Councillor Moore, your vote?
I obviously vote against.
Sorry? Sorry, what?
She said against.
Against, Brian. Against.
Right. Okay, I'm voting in favour.
I have got a very important appointment to get to. If it's okay, if I could duck off, just let me know how the final one goes so I can prepare the minutes.
Seriously?
With you, Chair?
Seriously? You're not going to stay and finish clerking the meeting?
No, because I've got a very important meeting to attend to now.
Who's more important than the parish council?
Yes. Good evening,
Oh,
Chair.
well, that's nice to know. Priorities.
Right.
Absolute shambles.
Proposing A. Or,
I'm proposing A.
okay.
Shall I ask why?
I don't agree with that.
Councillor Moore?
I'm voting against this because it's not an accessibility statement. If this is your accessibility statement, falls far
I don't
short.
want to know why. I just want to know what your vote is. You're voting
I'm
against.
voting against. Obviously, you're not interested in any other councillors other than Brewerton and Birkhill.
So that's 2-1 in favour. I'll advise Councillor Burton. Okay, thank you,
I might
everybody.
say this, I think that's disgraceful, Chairman, and I sincerely hope that if you get taken to court, you'll be taking the can for that.
Chairman, might I ask where the recordings will be available for this meeting?
Who's gone?